Hey everyone, it's great to see you. Yesterday, Dan and I were able to go to the Wayland Winter Farmers Market that was held in Wayland, Massachusetts at Russell's Garden Center. One of my favorite places to go anyway, but this was a lot of fun. They had a ton of vendors there, and one of the things that we picked up were some grow them yourself mushrooms. These are shiitake mushrooms, and Dan is a fabulous cook. So Dan will use these and saute them in some wonderful sauces, and I will enjoy eating them. I am going to tell you up front, in case the cats get up here, that shiitake mushrooms are not toxic to cats. So, apparently you can actually saute them up. They recommend that you cook the mushrooms for the cats first and give them a little mushroom treat. I don't think we're planning on doing that, but we don't have to worry about the cats sniffing shiitake mushrooms, and they're growing medium here, which is great. So let's open this up, and fortunately it has some directions here. So the shiitake mushroom kit instructions. You will need a plate to put your block on, a plant sprayer, a cover, and water. A clear bag with several holes works as a cover. A terrarium or plastic bin will work. Just make sure there's ample airflow. Okay. Inspect your shiitake block. If you see mushrooms have begun to emerge, skip to step 5. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm checking it out. I would say that these are baby mushrooms here. So we're skipping to step 5. For all of you who have now gotten your kits, you're on your own for step 2 to 4 on your own. So we're gently going to take the block out of the bag. We're going to place it on a plate or container. And if we're using a plastic bag for a cover, we're going to make sure it's tented over the block. So there's space between the bag and the block to allow an airflow while creating a humid microenvironment. Once the mushrooms emerge, the bag can be removed to allow them space to develop. I feel like this has been in the bag here, so these are going to be ready to just develop on their own. Place in indirect light with temperatures ranging from 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. You should get enough light so that you can read without straining your eyes, but we're going to avoid direct sunlight. Okay, sounds good. Begin misting at least 2 to 4 times daily to keep it moist. Very important. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I scare you? Yes. And then we can harvest when the caps have expanded and we can see the gills. Oh, I think we're going to be harvesting before we know it. So after we do that, we're going to stop watering for 2 weeks, and then we start the process again. We let it dry out, and you can get them moist, and we can repeat the process 3 to 4 times for a total yield of 2 to 3 pounds of delicious shiitake mushrooms. Oh boy, this looks like something else. Are we ready, Pumpkin? This is going to be so fun. So we have a nice, oops, I think that scared him. It's okay, Pumpkin, I'm very sorry. Did I scare you? I think that we're going to find here that this is going to stay on the counter. My guess is these are going to need to be in our site so that we remember that we have them, and that Dan can just grab some of them and throw them in to whatever he is cooking. This is more for the experience of doing this than a true love of mushrooms. I have to admit, I don't mind mushrooms, but this is just such a unique thing to do. So let's see here. I'm going to cut this open. Okay. This is tricky. I'm going to cut right down the side. There we go. Now, then we're going to carefully dipped it in. Not the most appetizing thing at the moment, I have to say, but that is okay. There we are. Look at that. Let me dispose of this. Okay, it smells like mushrooms. I think we're on the right path. Now, I do want to let you know that we had the option to buy this particular couple boxes we could choose from that were on sale from $25 to $10 because these had already started sprouting. And she said, you got to get them home, you got to get them out, and you got to use them. You know, who doesn't love a good sale? $10, it's worth an experiment. If you, however, are interested in trying this yourself, they do have a website. I'll link it below. They're not a sponsor. It's mycoterrafarm.com. And I think this is just a fascinating thing to do. This reminds me a lot of when my daughter was young, like we did crazy things like this. It's just a fun experiment. So here we have our shiitake mushrooms, and I'll keep you posted on how it goes. I'm going to put them in indirect light and get misting. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.